everyone. Thank you for joining me for this, my second episode of Mommy Sips and Tips. And today I want my guest tonight to talk with you all about something that is very important to me. And I assume that it's important to you all as well. It's about self love and confidence, right? Because when we're lacking self love and we're lacking confidence, there's so many things that can go wrong in our lives. So let me start by introducing my guests today. Today I have my really good friend April Parchment with me, and I also have Miss Fallon here with me. And like I always do, instead of me telling you how fabulous these people are, I'm going to have them tell you how awesome they are. So I want you, let's start with you, Miss Fallon. I want you to introduce yourself, tell people who you are, and a little bit about what you do.
Well, I am Fallon J. Owens. I am a mom, a wife, business owner, and a Jill of many trades.
All right. And I have to just give a shout out to Fallon's husband, to Tim. Tim from Good Photos, my really good friend. And Tim is someone I use a lot for different events, photography at different events. So shout out to you, Tim. All right. And you, Miss April Parchment.
Hi, Karen. My name is April Parchment Knight, and I'm mommy to three fabulous kids, wife of 32 years, and I'm a registered nurse and an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Of course, we have to do that as well.
Yes.
And I'm just so happy that you have this platform for us to speak about issues that's
right.
related to all of us.
Yeah,
That's right.
Honored to be.
And she forgot one of her really important job titles. April is also a grandma.
Oh,
April is
how
a
could I
grandma.
forget
Does
that?
April look like a grandma? No, she doesn't.
Yes.
A grandma to
fabulous.
Sienna.
Sienna, Marie, and she just turned one on Friday, July 12th, and beautiful little girl. I must say, I'm biased, but
She is. She's a gorgeous little girl. And since we're talking about self-love and we're talking about confidence, I'm going to put your age out there as well. May I do that?
of course, I'm 60 years old. You don't even have to say it.
She just turned 60 years
I am
old. We
60
just
years
celebrated
old.
in Mexico.
Yes.
I will be lucky
almost
when
40.
I grow up. Wow.
Yeah, almost
Oh,
40 of my
that's
closest friends and
amazing.
family, and we had an awesome time. I mean,
bet.
just experience, that's what I wanted. I mean, I could have said, oh, I want this, I want something material, but I say, you know what? It's all about experiencing
Yes.
things in life with people that you love and you're close to.
Oh, beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. You wouldn't think that she was 60, right?
At all.
This is my goal. This is my goal.
Oh my
for when I
God.
get to
Clearly.
60.
Well, I have my
Yes.
first dermatology appointment, so I might have to start little things. I don't
Shout
know.
out to your dermatologist too, because you look great.
Yes,
All
oh
right,
my
so serious topic here, guys. We're talking about self-love. We're talking about confidence. And, when I think about self-love, I think about an appreciation for self, right? I think about being compassionate when I'm thinking about myself and just my overall being, right? I think about giving myself grace. Right?
Keyword.
So when you think about self-love, is it the same for you? What does it mean to you?
Absolutely, yes. That grace is so important. Give yourself room to grow, room to learn, room to be able to educate yourself, educate each other, and just love on you from point A to point B to Z, the ups and downs, honey, the flaws and all. Embrace it. Embrace. You must embrace yourself. Without embracing all of those things, then you'll look for it, the love in everywhere else
Oh, we
on
gonna
the
get there.
outside.
We gonna get there.
So you have
We're
to
gonna get
love you
there.
first for all of your flaws, ups and downs and in and outs, and give that room for growth and for error to learn the lessons from the losses, if they say, if you will.
Lessons from the losses,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You're so right. Self-love comes from within. And it's something that is sometimes taught with from people around you, your mom, your brothers and sisters, your friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to compare yourself to other people, but you can't really do that because we're not like everybody else. Everybody is different. And we do have our own insecurities about ourselves, but like my mom always say, accentuate the positive. Always.
Yes.
Because once you accentuate that positive, people not going to see the negative parts of you.
That's it.
You know.
Yes.
So whatever it is that you love about yourself, pour more of that into that, and work on the others.
Yes.
But that takes growth.
Yes.
You know, I saw this quote and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I think I'm going to make it my mantra and I'm going to recite it to all my friends. It said, outer beauty attracts,
It does.
inner beauty captivates.
Yes.
So we have to decide, what do we want to be? Do we want to just be attractive in the moment or do we want to captivate?
Yes.
Right?
It's that
So we
glow.
definitely have to work on that inner, don't you think?
You have to,
Yes,
but sometimes it's a balance as well. It's not just one or the other. You have to do both.
Correct.
It's a balance. Everything in life is about a balance.
Yes.
So your inner and your outer. You have to
Yes.
work on both, and it's a balance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And sometimes one is a little bit more than the other, because if you're saying to yourself, okay, I may not have that outer look that you really want, and that takes time to develop, but you have the inner. So let that shine more.
Right.
Put that more in the forefront. And that's how
Everything will fall into place.
everything will fall into place.
I say I can walk in a room in a brown paper bag
Yeah,
and still
there
be
you
fly.
go. That's right.
Why? Because I know who I am.
Yeah, yes.
I know whose I am. And I know I was always taught, like you said, my mom always said, I was wonderfully and uniquely made.
That's right.
I was never made to fit in. I fit out.
That's right.
And fitting out, I'm a leader. Fitting out, I captivate, as you will. Fitting out, I love. I have compassion. I'm able to be able to be comfortable and confident, as you say, with who I am in any room, because you are not me and I am not you.
Yeah.
And those who I am for, I am for. And those who for I am not, I am not. But you will respect me as such.
That's right.
Because I know who I am.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like today, Karen, she picked me up today. And so I came in the car and said, oh, April, you're not wearing your hair today. And I'm like, hair doesn't define me. I can be bald
And still
be fabulous.
Yes.
It's just how you get to, how you feel about yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't let anything define you, whether it's your weight, your hair. I know a lot of Black women, it's all about the hair, but it shouldn't be. Don't let that define you. Hair is like makeup.
Yes.
You
It's
can.
extension. It accentuates.
Correct.
But I think it's women overall. Women overall, they look at their hair and that's their crowning glory, right? So if we have women that may suffer from thinning hair, my hair's thinning. Some women have
I am
alopecia,
too.
Yes.
right? And, we look at that as like the end of our beauty. We're not going to be beautiful anymore. Look at Jada Pinkett. I was so proud of that lady when she shaved her head off and she went out to her Red Table Talk and she spoke about alopecia,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I think that opened the door for a lot of women to accept, what they're going through, that battle that they're going through, or that journey that they're on.
It's a journey. Exactly.
So, you guys spoke a lot about, that inner beauty, that inner confidence. And I want to talk to you guys about, when did it start for you? When did it start? Because I know we go through awkward stages as children.
Yes.
Because I went through an awkward stage. I sucked my thumb till I was 12, 13 years old. I had an overbite and I had like extra teeth here, like a little vampire. And then I had this forehead and people made me feel so insecure about it. But I was always a tomboy hanging out with the guys. I didn't really care what they thought. But at some points when I moved to this country, I got teased about how I looked. So I was a bit insecure for a while, but I got to the point where I just didn't care anymore. So I want to know about your childhood, if you went through any moments in your childhood or even your early teen years, your formidable years, where you had to develop that thick skin and, get that confidence. How did that work for you?
Well, I think I was the same as you. I sucked my finger until I was 17 years old. I didn't care.
17. I thought I was bad at that.
No, you're not bad.
13.
No, you're not
Okay.
bad.
All right.
I had braces. I had my afro when I was going to school in Jamaica. I didn't care because I love Michael Jackson. So the more I can look like him, everybody thought I looked like Michael Jackson. So, so I tried. But when I came to the States, like you, when we migrated here, and I started getting into modeling, and I was like one of the only Black girls at the time in a casting room. So you can think about it.
Imagine.
I had
Yes. I know those days.
my big butt, my thick thighs,
Curves, yes.
you know,
Oh, they should have
and here I was with all these white girls, tall, skinny, no butts,
long,
you know, and
long, straight hair.
yeah, and I'm like, why am I here? They'll never pick me for anything. So I was comparing myself to them, and then all of a sudden, maybe I won't get every job that there is, but I was getting something, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good, and I'm good as how I am. So I was never like trying to be like them, anorexic looking. I'm just okay. Whatever job is meant for me is gonna be for me. You know. So don't. Yeah, you can't help but compare yourself sometimes. But sometimes you just have to say, you know, it is what it is, and move on.
Yes.
But and I think, you know, I'm gonna push back a little bit on what you said. You know, you mentioned that, you know, the word anorexia, right? But for some people, that's just how they are. That's just how they're built. They're people that can't gain weight no matter what. They're people that eat more than you and they are still that slender. But you'll probably look at them and judge them as if, oh, you look anorexic looking. And I think that's not right either. I think that causes a lot of, that's body shaming, really. So I think that's something that we need to refrain from doing. I think everybody is uniquely made. Everybody is beautifully made. And we just have to be more accepting of each other, especially as women.
And I totally agree with that, because I, with my body type, also have to accept what I look like. And, you know, because you're seeing these girls in a modeling situation where everybody's supposed to be size 0.
Correct.
And I'm not saying I would never tell them that, but I'm just trying to tell you what I see and compared to what I look like, that they do look like they need
they're a little bit slender.
Right, but I would never say that to somebody else. As I don't want somebody to say to me, oh, they're just meeting, you know, a lot of Jamaicans are famous for this. Oh, you're fatty, you gain weight. Before you even say, hello, how are you? They're telling me that I've gained weight, you know? And I'm like, come on, you know?
Wow.
So.
And speaking in the modeling world, unfortunately, because of the society that we live in and the designers making things in size 0, size 2, negative, even if you will sometimes, to be on the top in their fashion and their designs. Unfortunately, a lot of young women were forced to move into drastic measures, even by their parents or with their own will. And anorexia is high in that field, and hence the comparison in that look. But I too, same thing.
Yeah.
Tall, beautiful, but shapely.
Yeah.
Shapely. And I was slightly small. And still, like, if I could not fit in the side of a beanpole where you couldn't see anything, then it's like, oh, next, swimwear week? Oh, forget about it. Honey, these curves would not be seen on anyone's runway except for the, you know, African-American designers, because I had their body type. And as you stated, you get to the point where you say, you know what? I'm for it. For who's for me. I'm for those who are for me. And if you are not for me, then that is okay. Because whomever Jesus put is whom I would like to have. That's right. And I'm going to walk with that on any given day, in any given room. Let's be very clear. Yeah. And so for me, it was, I've always, again, fit out. My height, my size. I was in the 5th grade and I literally looked like the teacher.
Oh my goodness.
In the 5th grade.
How tall are you, Fallon?
I'm currently 5'11", but I've been
5'11"
at 12. At 12. No, my sister was the same way. She was 5'9" at 11. So I was always the shorter one, 1 year older than me, and she had a lot of that insecurity about her height, trying to come like this. So, you know, but she grew out of that.
Right. And so for me, it was, again, always taught from little, you are wonderfully and uniquely wonderfully made. Okay. And so in embracing that, it was hard in middle school. Again, elementary, I got picked on. I'm the tallest person there, bright, love to help, love to, you know, educate others. The teacher used to use me as a translator because I spoke Spanish. And so all of the kids that came in, that you know, were migrants, if you will, they would come in and the teacher would have me to sit, work with them and whatever. Eventually they would get new friends that were Spanish at the school. And when they started getting their friends, they're like, oh, who are you black girls speaking Spanish? Had better accents than them because my babysitter was Cuban.
Oh.
And she spoke no English. Like she would call my mom's job, ask for her name, and that was it. Like she would pass the phone to somebody for them to translate. So because Spanish was technically my first language, they would use me in school and I got picked on. It hurt me to a certain extent, but my mom, oh, my backbone, my mom, my brothers, my dad, my church family, super important and impactful in my life as I grew because they always made sure that I never felt it.
Instill that confidence in you.
That confidence,
Instill
I
that
never
confidence
felt it.
in
I
you.
would look in the mirror and you get a young man say, "Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you." My dad tells me that about 10 times a day. So you have to come better.
That's right. All
So
about
it was
yourself.
going into high school that it really clicked. And I said, you know what?
You found your power.
Yeah, like and it was always there, just a little dormant. And so I just kind of literally just started rolling with it and started modeling in high school. And the more I did that and the more faces I began to see of what was good, if you will, and bad, what was right and what was wrong as far as, like you said, body shaming, the more I said, you know what? I can't please none of y'all. So
just have
how
to
about
please yourself.
I won't be trying and I'm going to walk in my own light. And again, when I captivate you with all of who I am and my essence, then you shall be. And if not, no worries. You respect me, I respect you, but I'll see you at the top either way, honey. We're moving.
Right.
We're moving.
Right. So, let me touch on something real quick because I think for us growing up, and you're slightly younger than we are, for us growing up, social media was not that, well, it was non-existent, right? So when we look at children today and the pressures they're under to present a certain way, to look a certain way, when we look at all these different filters that are out there for them to use, and they see that, what I look like with a filter, what I don't look like with a filter, they're under so much pressure. And I know that you're both girl moms, girl and boys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
What would you say? Just give me like a quick tip for moms today. What would you say to them to help instill that self-love and confidence in their children?
Wow. The floor. I'm definitely going to tell Fatima to be you. There's only one. And the you that you are is enough. You are enough for anyone and for everything. And those who are not okay with it, it's because they're not ready yet. So you keep being you because at some point they'll be ready. And if they are not, it's okay. They will respect you. And respect is going to be a staple in carrying you throughout your life, to be respectful and to be respected. And so just be you.
Be you.
Because there's only one, and no one else can be better you than you. People are going to attempt to be who you are because you will have the confidence, you will have the love, you will have what you need because it's already there. Just be you.
That's a good tip. Just be you.
Be the best version of you that you can be because there is no one else that can do it better.
Right.
Actresses and actresses, like you said, the filters. Why are people putting on filters? Why are people getting extensions? Why are people looking for kinky hair? Why are people getting butt implants? Like they are trying to be the best version of themselves, but it's because they were looking to compare themselves to someone else.
Maybe they just like it too.
They could
Maybe
like it
they
too.
just
That's what
like
I'm
it.
saying. They saw it on someone else and said, "Oh, that looked nice. Maybe
Right.
I'll try that."
Right.
We are okay with everyone enhancing and doing however they please because that's what you feel looked nice on you.
Right.
But like you said, you may have seen it on someone else and said, "Oh, you know what? I think I may try that." Everyone
Right.
has that right. But be the best version of you that you can
you.
be. Yes. Yes, the best version of you.
Good tip. What about you, April?
Well, I'll say, turn that thing off. Give it a break.
Yeah.
My kids are on it, used to be on it 24/7. I still have one that's taken a little bit too much of that. And my eldest daughter, she had to take a break from it. She came off of it completely. And it made her feel so much more present with everybody else.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it takes away so much time away from yourself and others. So you need to just give it a break. Give yourself some time to say, okay, I'll do this in maybe 1 hour and then I'm going to put it back down. Or to come off of it, give it a break.
Yeah.
Because then you find that you're not developing your own self because you're looking at other people, which is
Other
really
people's lives
made
or
up.
their fake lives.
It's
Yes.
a made up
Fake.
world. It's a made up
Yes.
world.
Yes.
So get off of it, give it a break, come back to it every now and then.
So look at Mommy Sips and Tips.
Absolutely.
Oh no, definitely.
For
This
sure.
is different. This is like a,
Yeah.
this, I'm talking
It's a
about
platform, to
the
enhance and
Instagram, the
encourage.
pictures. Oh, I look like this.
Right.
I've been here.
Yes.
Everybody have a green background there. They put a picture of
Yes. Yes.
Santorini and they're not really there.
Right.
Everything is really made up.
Right.
And so just be present. That's all I'm saying. Give it a break.
Absolutely.
All right. I love that tip. And I think for moms of young girls, I think one of the best campaigns that I've seen to instill that self-confidence in young girls is Dove. And I think I started using Dove products after I saw their campaign online.
What's the
And if you
campaign?
haven't seen it, search for the Dove videos, their campaign on self-confidence and self-love for young girls. I remember I had an event once for some young girls, and one of the things I saw Dove do, they built this door that said beautiful or average or something like that. Don't quote me on it. Just look it up. So we built two doors, one that said beautiful, one that said average, and we just invited the girls to come in and we wanted to see which door they would take. And there were so many of the young ladies that went through the door that said average, but there were a couple of really bold ones that just
Confident.
through the
Right.
beautiful
Confident
door.
one.
So I think just the conversations that we have with our young daughters, and going through and looking at videos like this, looking at campaigns like the Dove campaigns, I think that can definitely help to instill confidence in our young women, because it's really hard. And not only our women, our men, our young men, our young boys.
Yes, to tell them they are beautiful, tell them they are handsome, tell them they are loving, they are kind. We have to affirm your young people, affirm those around you, just always building and lifting it. They talk your words, let your words
matter.
be positive.
They matter.
That's
Positive
what I was
and
just about to say.
enhancing. Yes.
Positive affirmation.
Yes.
No negative. I just don't like a negative person. I think they're very toxic when they're around me. This is not right. This is not right. This is right. Okay, well, what's the solution?
Yes.
Come up with a solution.
Yes.
Try and be more positive.
Yes.
Put a smile on your face.
energy.
Even though
Yes.
your life might not be going great, put a smile. Put out the
Look
best
like what I've
of
been
you
through.
that you can.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So let's talk about some self-love, some confidence boosting tips right now. I want you guys to, just think about, what would you like to say to someone briefly? What would you like to say to someone who may be suffering from low self-esteem, a lack of confidence, someone who may not be loving themselves? What is that tip that you want to share with them?
My tip to someone who is struggling with their confidence, with their self-esteem, is to acknowledge and accept where you are, right? Know that every minute, every hour of every day, there is an opportunity for you to change and be better. Smile more. A smile in the mirror, a smile to someone else, and even a smile to the homeless person, they will smile back and nod. And those nods and those smiles are going to enhance you. Be ready, be willing to acknowledge and accept the flood of love that you have for yourself. You are wonderfully and uniquely made. I am going to just sing that from the mountaintop, because it's what carried me, knowing that I fit to the out, not to the in. It's easy to fit to the in. It is not easy to fit to the out. Love yourself. It is okay for where you are. Acknowledge your feelings and then do something about it. Get up, and whether it's to work out, whether it's to eat better, whatever it is that actually makes you happy,
Mm-hmm.
If chocolate makes you happy, find a way to eat chocolate in a more healthier
that is
way where
so
it's not
right.
so much sugar.
That is so
I am
right.
eating
That
healthy
is so
chocolate,
right.
things
Yes.
that make you smile.
Yes, yes,
Eat
yes.
healthy chocolate.
No, but
do the
you're
things
so
that make you
right. You're
smile.
so
Do the
right.
things
There
that
you
make
go.
you happy. And it is
There
going
you
to
go.
enhance yourself. Know yourself, learn yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and do those things that make you happy and make yourself happier. And
All
everyone else around you will begin to see it and feel it, and they'll move with you. They will skip to your beat, I promise.
There you go. Good tip. Good tip.
Good tip. Good
What
tip.
about you,
I
April?
love it.
What's your tip?
Self-love is from within. So try and dedicate a little time out of the day for yourself, whether if it's meditating, reading, getting a mani-pedi, doing something that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all the naysayers out there, just smile. Put on a smile and say, no, I'm good. I'm good enough.
Yes.
I am good enough.
Yes.
That's one thing I've seen, like with both of you, what attracted me to both of you, you both are always smiling. Especially, you're just always happy beings every time that I've encountered you. So I love that about you. And what you said about a smile and someone smiling back, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to do.
9
smile
out of 10
back.
times, they will smile back at you when you
Smile
smile.
back. Don't say, why are you so happy today? What do you have to be happy about?
No.
Why are you smiling?
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm happy.
Yes.
You're right.
And I want to make myself, maybe something happened out at
And I
home,
have to-
but now I'm trying to boost myself up.
Yes.
And that's how you boost. You don't know what's going on in my life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you see a smile on my face, I'm trying to put my best foot forward.
Right.
Yes.
There
So
you
don't
go.
dim that.
Don't try to dim my light. I'll
Don't
never
dim my
dull
light.
my shine
Don't-
for anyone.
Yes,
That
thank
part.
you.
I love that. I love that. So, my tip to the world would be, or to anyone who's listening, would be, you are who you are, right? And this is all you have, right? So you have to find a way to accept. You have to find a way to love who you are, right? Because if you can't love yourself, you can't show anyone else how to love you. So you have to look inwardly. You can't look to someone else, a man, a child, anyone, to love you if you can't love yourself. So just look inwardly and try to be captivating, right? So that is my message today. So I want to thank both of my guests for
Thank you.
joining me today for this discussion. And let me tell you out there, guys, we are not experts.
No.
We're just a bunch of mommies having a discussion. So don't quote us, don't cancel us. This is just us sharing our opinions with you today. And we hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, in fact, enjoy it, or you have suggestions for other topics you'd like to hear our mommies discuss, please comment. Please reach out to me on Mommy Sips and Tips on Instagram. It's at mommies_sips tips. Reach out. Let me know if you're enjoying the program so far. It's also on Facebook. You can find us on all the community news platforms as well. Tell us how we're doing. All right. And thank you so much for joining, and be fabulous, everyone.
All right.